Hey everyone, finally I have time to do another YouTube video. I'm really sorry, I had to took some time off from social media and YouTube just to refill my creative batteries, and I really needed that time, and also with all the corona stuff happening and going to home office every day, there were some changes which took a lot of time, so this is all done, but now I finally have time to do another video, and I'm excited because I really wanted to do that video for quite a while, which is a sketchbook video. And I not only wanted to show you one specific sketchbook, but I also wanted to show you my first sketchbook I've ever finished. So for some of you who don't know my backstory, I was studying management when I was 23, and I was super unhappy with that, and then I decided to make a career switch, and I told my family I wanted to become a concept artist. And they were like, okay, fine, but you never drew or painted before. And I was like, yeah, so I'm gonna start with that today. So, and then I found out, okay, I have to have a sketchbook and have to draw every day just to get better with my drawing and to have this routine of creating something every day. So this is one of my first one, and there's actually one of my drawing I showed my family when I told them I want to become an artist. So you will imagine their reaction when I show you the drawing. And this is actually one of my sketchbook I filled in 2018, so 2 years ago when I joined VUGA. And there I also have some challenges and stuff inside, so I wanted to show you that. So as a contrast, you will see a lot of ugly drawings, I promise. That's most of the stuff you will see are ugly drawings today. So let's get started with it. So this is the first sketchbook I've ever finished. It's an A4 size sketchbook, and these were a couple of the drawings I did. Had this ring bound. So I was working in a restaurant at that time, and I was just drawing everything when I had some time. So I was sitting behind the coffee machine, and when no guests were there, I was just drawing, and this was, I think, supposed to be a flipped teapot and a glass, and I did a lot of pencil drawings. This was, I think, Kratos. I tried to draw Kratos, and I don't even know what that is. I think just some weird creature thing. Again, I heard I have to do still lifes to get better and practice perspective. And I started to draw every object I saw in front of me. So this was a sugar, like just sugar cup in the restaurant. Yeah, and here I tried different techniques like hatching and stuff. But I did not know what I was doing there. Oh yeah, this was actually a little bit later. I did some perspective drawings already, so I practiced some perspective. Just to understand how form would behave in perspective and stuff. Yeah, and this sketchbook is basically something I didn't finish right from the beginning. I was just start to draw on it, and then later on, when I already did some perspective practice, when I took some courses, I started to do some perspective drawing in it. And yeah, but I tried like a lot of different stuff. Yeah, and at some point I started to do environments, but I was always working in pencil. I think this was also like a class and tutorial class where we just drew rocks or anything, but a lot of ugly stuff. Just want to flip through this pretty quick actually, but I just wanted to show you like where I started, and because everything's smudged, it's like all the shading and everything. I didn't fixed anything. Like usually I would fix my pencil drawings, weird sci-fi train here. I would fix the pencil drawings with hairspray or something for not smearing, but I did not know it, so I just didn't fix that. Yeah, and also like later on some practices of drawing a foot and drawing the head, and there's actually also a little bit of the later stuff when I finished couple different sketchbooks where I drew like on paper also a lot, like A4 size paper. I really preferred to draw just on a single piece of paper and then to put that away and to take the next one. Yeah, and these were just like different type of exercises, some tutorials I found. I think my brother also had the access to some tutorials from digital tutors or something, where they just showed like how to paint characters in Photoshop, I think, and I did this with pencil just to get better with it. Yeah, all different types of stuff, like practicing noses, those weird comic characters, and practicing the head a lot, and practicing like all proportions, but everything looks pretty shitty still. Some perspective stuff. Yeah, here I remember I took the perspective class at Nomen. This was actually super helpful because I understood how to learn to measure perspective and to understand perspective. Like, what is a horizon line? What is a horizon line? What is actually a vanishing point? How does it work when something converges in perspective and stuff? And I did this all really in my time. I had a lot of free time, so I had to make portfolios for the application for studying. So I had a lot of time, so I did those kind of different practices, because I knew like everybody was saying you need fundamentals. Yeah, but let me flip through that pretty quick. So a lot of perspective exercises, and this was actually already a little bit later. I did a portfolio for a game design application for college, where I didn't get in. I got declined, but this was just a character sketch idea I had. But this is also like, when I think about it, it's like almost 7 years old already. And yeah, more different stuff, more character drawings. I tried different stuff, different stylization, but still this was all just like tutorials. I actually wanted to come to the part where I show the drawing I did, what I showed my parents. Yeah, I think, yeah, now you see like these are even uglier. So I think I just started to draw in the beginning of the sketchbook and the end of the sketchbook, and all the other drawings perspective I did later on, just to have it inside of a sketchbook. So here we also have a lot of empty pages. I did some weird turtle stuff, but this is also some stuff I did for the game design application. Like I had this idea of a fantasy island where like they had giant turtles and stuff, and I remember I did that sketches, like it still looks super ugly. Like I tried to do different storyboards and stuff, but I did not know anything. I don't know what that is, but still, I didn't give up. Yeah, more turtle stuff. And when is it? Now it's actually coming. So, and then, yeah, as I said, I told my family to say I want to become a concept artist. I want to be an artist who get paid for work and stuff. And they said, yeah, okay, but you never drew paint before. And I said, okay, but I will now start doing it every day. And then I drew something and I showed my family, and I wanted to make like a normal dude, like a character. And I showed them this. You can figure out how they react, right? I mean, my family was nice. They said not much. They just said, okay, so you have to practice now. But basically, I don't know, I did this weird balloon man. When I was 23, I drew like I don't know. I think actually I drew the way I drew the last time before, and that was actually in 6th grade or something. So I believe this could be a 6th grader here. Yeah, but when I was 23, I said, okay, I want to become an artist, and I showed them this. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that. And now we're gonna move a little bit forward. We're gonna move 5 years in the timeline. So we now moved 5 years ahead in the timeline. This is one of the sketchbook I started when I joined Vuga, the company I'm right now. And they have this free sketchbooks you can take at the front desk. And I was like, okay, it's a new part of my life. Why not starting a new sketchbook? And you will see you will also have, or you also will see a lot of ugly drawings, I can promise that, because I have this habit of sometimes drawing without thinking, or sometimes when I sit and have to listen to something, I just draw stuff, but without being conscious about what I draw. So you will see that it's will look a little bit weird stuff in there. So, and also, like, for me, like, my sketchbook became like my work Bible, so a lot of writing. Yeah, this is all work related, but a lot of writing, and that's something I also liked as a habit. Let me zoom in here a little bit. Whoop. It's too close, I think that's fine. As a habit that I just write notes down, story things or ideas, because I believe like sketchbook is really your pool of ideas. And I just here, this is something something partially what happens when I don't think so much. This is all like weird gestures or gestures I had in my mind, just different style, different things. I hope you don't have any problem with nudity, otherwise you maybe have to turn off the video. But yeah, besides that, it's like I just try to come up with faces, impressions. Sometimes I observe people still when I'm like in the subway or when I'm traveling. I observe people, how they behave, poses, gestures. Yeah. And yeah, then it's just like trial and error. Like I feel I have always this different state of mind when it comes to my imaginary drawings, like things I draw without reference. So from time to time I test my faces. So I draw a face to see, okay, how do my faces look at the moment? And I do the same thing for anatomy, arms and stuff. Here more faces. I think also we have some live drawing sessions at Vuga. So sometimes I also went to live drawing and just put some of those gestures in there. And again, a lot of writing, and sometimes I just wrote down like how long I'm gonna take for a sketch. But also completely imagination. I also tend not to draw so much reference. I really draw a lot of stuff out of my head. And that's also the reason why all my drawings are not so consistent in terms of anatomy and perspective and stuff. But that's something I have to do in between, just to double check, like, how am I growing and how do I progress in the things I learn. Yeah, sometimes I just try stuff, but still, for example, ink is something I really struggle with. And because I think ink is also really hard to learn. And sometimes I wanted to do, like, I see a nice ink drawing, like, I want to do ink, and then I started and I'm like, oh, that looks shitty. Okay, let's stop that, go back to pencil. Yeah, just some warm-ups stuff, ugly drawings. Here, this could be live drawing, having those quick gestures in there. Also, this looks imaginary, like drawings from imagination again, but always just sometimes also having ideas for characters which I never finish, just ideas I write down. Again, just practicing different stuff. Sometimes I see like drawings from Kim Young-ji where he makes the head super big, so I try to do that, and then it looks even weirder, so don't try that. Trying different mediums. Again, this is something I remember. I drew this page when I was at the phone, I think with my sister. I was like talking to her and I had her face in mind, but this doesn't look like her for no reason. But I was just came up with those weird ugly faces. Again, just imagination drawings. This is all work related, like thumbnails and stuff, and writing stuff down. Again, a lot of writing. Yeah, also another page just from imagination. Again, just to see, like, I just wanted to fill a page with faces and to see, like, can I actually fill the the page with faces and how do they look and how is my style at the moment. Same thing for anatomy. Still, you see this, I don't know what the fuck that is, just super weird looking stuff. Yeah, in here. And then at some point there was this 100 Heads challenge by Ahmed Aldori, and where you had to draw 100 heads in 10 days. So you basically had to draw 10 faces per day. And this was a challenge which was really, 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 really good for me because I learned a lot about drawing faces and to improve my faces by studying more the reference I was using, but also to get a understanding of what is actually necessary to communicate a face, because you only have a day to do 10 faces. So that was really a bummer for me. So that were the first 10 faces, and this was the next one. And at some point I was like flipping the sketchbook because my right hand was sweating while drawing, so I had to flip it to not smear all the other drawings. Yeah, again, more faces. And I remember here at this time I had like this was a really good one because I remember I learned a lot about interesting silhouette. How do we actually make a simple thing like a head interesting? How can we actually change silhouette for good just to make it more appealing, more interesting? Same thing here. I also remember these were sculptures and I drew those sculptures. And I remember I started to draw those little hedgy lines to communicate little plane changes. And this was also really a learning point for me. Again, more faces. Was 50 to 6 to 70. Yeah, more heads. And this was the last page. These were 100 heads completed, and again, super learning point. And what I did afterwards, I did heads from imagination, of course, because I wanted to see, okay, what did I learn, what did I save to my head? And I felt like, okay, I really started to saving different types of facial features and silhouette and stuff. And then I started to do just again another rounds of imagination, just doing those drawings, just to see where can I simplify, what can I improve on, what is interesting. Another round, and this is actually something I did not draw. We were on iMac 19, I think, or 18, the iMac conference in Paris. I did not remember, but we were sitting in that bar, and all my artist colleagues, and I said, okay, let's draw this thing together, and everybody was adding stuff, and someone added those interesting features. Yeah, more ideas, concept ideas, a lot of writing. Another double page of imagination. And here I also started to, okay, I really learned a lot on this 100 Heads challenge, and I start to feel the learning curve again. And I think that's also something which is really important when you constantly try to improve, that you try to find a way of learning and also understand your own way of learning. Just concept ideas, stuff, more ideas. Here was actually showing a friend how to design different, how to actually design things through changing the ratio of an object. And we just talked about alligator skulls, and I just started to change the parts, taking a normal alligator and then to increase the lower jaw or the teeth, and I changed the ratio to 70, 10, 20, or 60, 30, 10, and I just showed him like the different ways to come up with creative ways. Here I remember I was in Barcelona with my girlfriend, and we was sitting in Starbucks, and there were this group of kids outside of Starbucks, and we had to kill some time, and I just took my sketchbook, and there was this one guy, he had this really puffy hair. I really liked that. Just needed to capture this. Again, a lot of ideas and stuff. I think this was live drawing, just different action poses and gestures. Yeah. I'm sorry also here I cannot use my second hand because I have to hold the camera. I have just a weird self-made setup for this. Oop. So more drawings. I think this was still the live drawing session. Yeah, this was still live drawing session. Like 5-minute poses. And back to faces. Again, imagination. And you can see, like, when I don't draw with reference, there's still a lot of inconsistency, but I try to capture the essence of stuff, you know, like just to capture an idea, not to draw it perfectly, and to see if I can do it without thinking too much. These were just like ideas I had for different characters. Same here, also just writing down a lot of ideas. Somehow I have so much ideas, but I never have the time or the energy to finish my self-made projects. Yeah, just more things. Yeah, and here was like, at some point I was testing my figure drawing. I wanted to find out, can I actually draw a figure out of imagination, and how good is the anatomy? So I was doing that, like this and this and this, and then I was like, oh damn, like form changing and the forms of the legs and stuff is not quite right. So I had to really took a little bit more time to do that and to emphasize form a little bit more. Again, here for the female body, same thing, like so much stuff from imagination. Yeah, continuing that. Oh yeah, a little bit more time. I had this pencil and it was almost empty, and I just wanted to empty that pencil, and at some point I was so focused on emptying the pencil that I did not took care of like perspective and anatomy and stuff on a drawing. I don't know why I did that. Yeah, again, more like drawings. I think I also did a study here of a costume or something. Yeah, and here I tried ink. Still, as I said before, I respect people who can do nice ink drawings. I feel ink is so freaking hard, and here I did just a session of 30-second poses or 1-minute poses, I don't know, where I just try to indicate like form change and stuff, but I really fail a lot on that. And yeah, I try that again, and then I see Kim Young-ji drawing all the stuff with ink, and I'm like, oh, I also want to do ink, and then I do it and I'm like, oh, it's fucking hard. I don't want to do ink anymore. But yeah, here I really tried it, but it's so damn hard. Yeah, back to pencil. Again, more drawings from imagination, more like those weird looking faces. Also like stuff I draw while I was on the phone. And sometimes I also like to draw stuff which is a little bit ugly on purpose, you know, like changing the form of my arm to see how far I can change it so it looks weird. And again, more faces, more studying. What is that? Ooh, that's the Kim Young-ji class. I can definitely recommend that. on Kazone Art. That was really a good one. He talked a lot about features and doing like little wrinkles to communicate different age and stuff. It was really helpful. Yeah, this is all from the community class, starting to use more the box method. And here just like random stuff, random drawings. Yeah, and then at some point after the class I started doing like little things out of imagination, and some things I drew from reference, and then I redraw them from imagination. Yeah, more community class. Oh god, and ink again. I don't want to look at it. That's how I feel when I draw ink. Damn, this is really hard with one hand. By the way, hands. Draw some hands. They're really tricky. Yeah, and this was after community class was finished, and I felt a little bit more comfortable and like placing stuff, but still like a lot of issues with scale and stuff. I don't know what that is, but still try to improve on the figure drawings from imagination. This is really something where I feel like I really want to learn that, to draw something out of imagination and comfortable. This is actually, we were sitting at VUGA in a conference room. There was something, I was sitting behind my colleagues, just took the opportunity to sketch them. Some plein air drawing. We went out for plein air, but I just had a pencil with me and I just wanted to draw, so I drew this sanatory, I think. It was a Jewish sanatory. And here again, after a community class, like doing one drawing of a reference, and then this is actually redrawn by me without a reference to just see what I saved in my head. Same thing again, just to place the figure in perspective. And here I had this, I don't know, sometimes, you have this feeling of you just want to shade or render something. I don't know, I didn't even it took care of perspective or anything, just wanted to finish that. Again, more stuff from imagination. I think this was actually on Ibiza. I tried to draw my girlfriend, but she doesn't look like her. Yeah, back to full figure. Just try to learn more. Yeah, and then at some point I was feeling, okay, I did this 50 head challenge and I learned so much. What can I do now? And then I was like, dude, it was actually not that hard to do. So I just drew a page from reference, and then again one from imagination, and really focusing on what do I save in my head, But again, practice. And here again, different shading techniques. I kind of like that type of shading, discovered for myself, like following the form with the strokes. And here again, more shading and more rendering. So I started now to not only draw the face more, also to render it a little bit more. And yeah, I don't know, this is also from imagination, and I really felt a big learning curve here, even if it's not looking that good, but all these drawings in the sketchbook before helped to come to that point, to improve my imaginary drawing. I think this was at the doctor. I just sketched the girl was sitting there, and everything else is from imagination. You can see it by the messed up anatomy. Yeah, and here also, like, just practice shading, practice rendering. This is really fun. Oh yeah, like those, like, I think this was from a sculpture. This also, like, drawing some sculptures and rendering them, and just see how far I can push them. Also, how can I manipulate the rendering, like leaving stuff white and doing hatching lines and stuff. Really like that kind of way of learning. I don't know. Fantasy stuff. Oh, this is actually took one of the Proco premium courses where you get this where you get the anatomy stuff. You can get this practice stuff. This is really nice. Yeah, and here also more Proco related anatomy practice. And this is some this I drew with my left hand. Sometimes I draw stuff with my left hand. I don't know why, but it's kind of interesting. I think this was live drawing. A lot of writing. Nonsense, more writing. Yeah, and that's it. And important, some games in between. No, but that's it. So I hope you liked that video. I hope that was interesting. I have actually a lot of sketchbooks finished and filled up over the last 5 years. Also from my college time, I have some interesting sketchbooks. If you want to see them, please let me know in the comments what you want to see. You can also say a year, for example, and I can find if I have a specific sketchbook from every year, but I should have, because I think I have like 10 or 15 at least, which I have for the last 4 to 5 years. And besides that, there will come more videos soon. I also have some cool news I can share in a future video, which I have to plan out, also about teaching. Other than that, I hope you guys stay healthy and stay in a good mood, even if you have to stay at home. And yeah, and make sure to like the video, subscribe maybe to the channel if you're new here, and